Everybody, it's Larry again. Back today to do a venison roast. So this is going to require low heat, low temperatures, and a long period of time. So stay tuned. The first thing I did with this venison roast is I decided to brine it. I wanted to get some of this blood out of there, and so I put a nice saltwater brine overnight for about 24 hours roughly, and trying to get rid of all that blood that makes it taste sort of gamey. So that's already been done. Now what I need to do is drain it before I apply my rub. Now it's not a rub, it's a paste. Paste is a sort of a wet rub. So what I'm going to do is add some mustard, olive oil, Worcestershire, along with a whole chopped onion, about a half cup of fresh chopped thyme, about 3 tablespoons of fresh chopped rosemary, about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic, some turbinado sugar or brown sugar if you don't have sugar in the raw, about a tablespoon of pepper, about a tablespoon of salt. So I'm going to put these all in the food processor, make them into a puree, and I'm going to smother that all over the roast. Now that the paste is all done and ready to go, I'm going to just dump it on the meat. First I had to remove a lot of the fat and some of the silver skin that's still on this thing. I can't get it all off without losing a lot of the meat, so I'm going to just let it be. So after I blend all the food together, all the rub paste I should say, just throw it on there, throw it all on there, and then rub it in. The Kamado's up to about 250. It's higher than I'd hoped. I was shooting for about 225, but you know, 250 is okay too. I'm going to throw on my marinated, or not marinated, but paste rubbed deer roast. I'm going to open my grill. I got my indirect set up here. Got my drip pan, my pizza pan wrapped in foil over the fire. I got apple wood and lump charcoal underneath. Got my temperature probe here to help me out. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my pork roast, throw it right up on there, and there's a little loose piece that came off, so I'm going to cook that for a snack later. And then just because I like to do this, I like to put a bit more of the paste on top because I know it'll dry up throughout the day. And I'm going to let that go all day. Probably 5 hours is my guess. We'll see though. Alright, it's been a few hours. Because deer is a lean cut of meat, I'm going to foil it for the last hour or two, make sure I don't dry it out. So what I'm going to do is open this sucker up, and I am going to attempt to place this little guy on some foil. Hold on just a minute here, technical difficulties. Close. Put a little piece there. Close it up for a moment while I wrap it up. I'm not going to completely wrap it because I want my probe to still be in there. But I will try an attempt to seal it up just like that. Then throw it back on. Close it up and let it cook for the remainder of the time necessary to completion. Okay, it's been 5.5 hours since I threw this food first on. 3 hours or more into it, I decided to foil it. The last couple hours, it's been foiled and cooking. It's at 190 right now, and I'm ready to pull this thing off. So let's open this up and take a look. There we go. So don't mind my carrots and potatoes. That's not part of the video, but let me pull out the probe. Take this little sucker, throw him right in the cooler down below. I'm going to let that sit for a while the rest of my food cooks. Alright, it's time to unfoil this thing. See how it looks. It smells absolutely amazing. That rosemary and thyme flavor, the aroma, all the juices there. It's looking really good. It's going to be a little bit messy, but let's see what I can do. Get this sucker out of here. Oh yeah, look at that. What a nice thing. So then I'll come through here and give it a cut in half and take a look at the inside. Oh, hold on here. Oh man, this looks pretty good. Smelling that fresh herb, garlic. Still a little tough inside. Cooked, well done. Looks pretty tender.
Howdy.
I'll find out and see. Let's give it a shot. Here it is. Here's the final result. Cooked to 190 degrees over about 5.5 hours. The 3-pound roast turned out delicious. It's succulent, it's tender, it cuts easily. It's absolutely amazing. So thanks for watching.